How do? Might be a bit of water on lens. Somebody said the other day, you from Harrogate? Harrogate's posh part of Yorkshire, and water is water. Yeah? Bit of water on lens. Anyway, guys, so thanks for you guys who trotted over to Lads Bible and left comments or had a watch. I appreciate that. An incident. I was attacked by two prisoners. I was getting choked out by one of them while the other was trying to assault me, shall we say. He was pretty much a brand new officer. She panicked, left the wing, left the keys at the gatehouse and left the job. So I went through the Lads Bible comments, some of the comments about her, she was a coward, abandoned her duty, and things like that. Somebody made a comment about, well, somebody said you had to mention it because it was a lass, and somebody else said, it's course she was a lass, that's why she ran off. Well, let me tell you now, first of all, I hold nothing against that lass. She was brand new in job. How many normal people do you think in a situation like that, prisoners out, somebody's getting attacked, yeah, would leg it? Fight or flight, adrenaline drops. We see plenty of videos on YouTube of young kids getting battered, yeah, 3 or 4 people battering a young lad or lass, loads of people filming, nobody getting involved, nobody jumping in. Back in my day, that wouldn't happen. Somebody'd be stepping in. I'm not saying where people are running around with knives and that on the streets of London and elsewhere, that's not a slight on London. You know, that is a whole different thing. But, you know, that lass, she were brand new to the job. She was probably scared witless. Yeah, so I hold nothing against her. I've worked with plenty of lads, big lads as well, who've been in job a long time, who would look the other way or walk the other way. Towards the end of my career, we've been getting officers from training centre, yeah. Soon as alarm bell on a wing, there were one in particular on G wing, the induction wing, at that time, at Strangeways, who every time there was an alarm bell went to the sterile area. A sterile area is an area where prisoners can't get without keys. So alarm bell, maybe a couple of prisoners fighting, something else going on. Staff are coming through gates onto the wing to lock the other prisoners up and deal with that incident. That officer would come and sit at a computer, log in and look at his emails and that. A manager, a senior officer, again, you've got prison officer, senior officer, who's a wing-based manager, principal officer, or now CM, who might be in charge of a full wing and do the Oscar duties, who's a shift manager, yeah? But one of them senior officers tried to take someone to task. It went nowhere. Nothing you can do, you know. He quoted to me, I was told in training, if I fear for my safety, to remove myself to a sterile area, an area of safety. Now that's all well and good. If everyone did that, people would be getting smashed in all over. So that lass, you know, brand new, must have been terrifying for her. And like I say, I've worked with plenty of lads who just pretended things aren't happening. But I'm going to talk to you now about a lass. Jockey weight. I'm sure you all know. Come on, Stephen. Nice and warm. But it's obviously raining, guys. But it is lovely. There's the boy. For fans of Stephen. Well, that's most of you, I'm thinking. A little lass, she was jockey weight, tiny. I would say she was a little over 5 foot. Possibly up to about 5'4", maybe. Yeah. Pretty lass, young. At that time, about 22. Lisa, she was called. If she ever sees this, you know, she'll know who she is. Bless her. So I'll tell you about Lisa. I work with her on the young offenders wing. So she's working basically with young offenders, 18, 21, same age of her. She was brilliant. Interpersonal skills are that last, second to none. And something else I'm going to tell you about her is she was a lesbian. So why do I need to mention that? Well, the fact is, she looked like a lesbian. Whatever that may be, people don't get upset. What I'm telling you is, people looked and you could tell she was a lesbian. I might get in trouble for this, but you know, I'm hoping that people understand. And the point, or the reason I need to tell you that is, because all the prisoners knew as well. So the prisoners would make comments, you know, what's your girlfriend like, miss? Blah, 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 this, miss, blah, blah, blah. I hate doing blah, blahs. But that sort of thing, she'd be like that. She'd put them down as well. I remember one guy going on, I'd change you, miss. You know the old cliche? Yeah? I'd change you, miss. She said, would you? He says, yeah, I would. She says, I'd change your missus. Just like that. Fired it back at him. Wing full of lads all laughing. Yeah? He was really embarrassed. She was quick. She was witty. And she could take the stick as well. And hand it out. Which is a good trait, that, you know. If you're going to rip people, like I used to, if they rip you, you've got to take it back. Now to the story. Very similar situation. Two guys having a go at one of me. One of them, he's throwing punches. The other, he's trying to get behind me. 2-on-1, not good odds. This lass, I can see her down the landing. Yeah. On the young offenders, we always used to keep an eye on each other because there was stuff happening all the time. The lads who were on there, young offenders will tell you, they were up to no good all the time. Fights every day. Chaos. Anyway, general alarm. So this lass, whatever she's doing, switched on. She's seen what's happening. She's pressed the general alarm. That's alerting the troops to come to the wing. She's then run, legged it down towards I am. Yeah, so the guy who's throwing punches, I've now got him in some sort of headlock. Not Home Office approved. It weren't a proper technique, but it was appropriate. Yeah, there's only me and him. That's classed as a fight. It's not control and restraint. But I've got him in a headlock. The other lad, Stephen, this way, Lisa, bless her, wraps herself round his legs. When I say she was jockey weight, up to 5'4", she might have been less than that. She was a bit of a gym head, you know, good pair of arms, but she was only like maybe 6.5 stone, wet through. She wrapped herself round his legs, yeah, took him out of the game. When an alarm bell's pressed, might be 30 seconds, can sometimes seem like 30 minutes before the troops arrive, yeah. People on the wing, first ones on the wing, usually looking if they switched on. I will tell you that there's some people will have a walk to the wing, others will get there as fast as they can, help people out or help lock the wing up. 30 seconds can sometimes seem like 30 minutes. I know I've just said that. Troops arrive. The lad I've got, restrained. Other lad, over to one side. He's now compliant, put in cuffs, both go to the seg. The lad who was throwing punches, he stayed down the segregation. The other lad later came back to the wing. Yeah? She did a good job, that lass. Weighed nothing, young, lesbian, people giving it her. Give it them back. Amazing, interpersonal skills, very young. I'd have her all day, me. If I had my own prison, my own wing or whatever, I'd have loads of her, you know. I'd have one on every wing, definitely. Young lass like that, forget her stature, you know. She was amazing. I saw her a couple of days later. I says, how are you? She says, I was a bit stiff after. Dropped her trousers. Very trusting. No, seriously. Dropped her trousers, showed me. One of her thighs was black. Yeah, bruise. legs covered in bruises. She's got bruises all over. She got some bottle, that lass, and not a lot of people have. You don't have to have bottle to be a prison officer, but you need some people with bottle. Anyway, that's little Lisa. She was a good friend. I socialised with her, you know. You sometimes forget about these people with everything else that's gone off, but she was a cracker. She really was. And I worked, especially at Forest Bank, where there weren't many, with some cracking lasses. Very similar to her as well. All right, guys. So I'll give you the parting shot in a minute. Been working with my new guy today, Zach. When I say new guy, he's a young lad. He's just starting out. He's mad keen. I'm getting a little team together now. You know, people who care, mental health, all that sort of thing. So we can drive the channel forward. I appreciate all the comments and all the continued support. Okay, guys. Parting shot as always. Maybe, guys, you know, if you're enjoying the content, give them a like, subscribe, maybe turn on the notifications. But I appreciate everything anyway. Cheers. Parting shot as always.